vital industry in this province, tourism in particular that we're talking about, some $5 billion a year, and an important industry. I think it's the fourth largest in the province.
Perhaps the most pressure will be on Calgary Cross MLA Yvonne Fritz. She's now tasked with creating more affordable housing for Calgarians.
It is time to review the subsidy program, and whether or not there will be a formula, regarding subsidies, I'm uncertain at this time, but we have to hear the voices in the community.
Despite the added urban weight to Cabinet, there's been criticism that the new job titles are more about appearance, created to give voters in Calgary and Edmonton the perception that they'll now have a louder voice at the Cabinet table. The fact is, the new associate ministers don't have their own portfolios, don't have their own deputies, but are getting a $58,000 raise. Still, Ron Stevens, who already was in Cabinet before this promotion, says voters will see a return on this investment.
In my case, it's the cost of a new business card and a lot more work. So I think in my case, you're going to be getting extremely good value. But in truth, you're going to be getting good value out of all of these members.
Meanwhile, the Premier hopes having his right-hand man based in Calgary will help mend fences with this city and its mayor.
We've got a deputy premier in Calgary that's going to be, I'm sure, meeting with many people over the next number of weeks and months, and we want to resolve these issues, but we also have to keep in mind that as a government, we're accountable to all Albertans.
Chris Epp joins us now, and Chris, you mentioned Yvonne Fritz may be under the most pressure of these new associate ministers. How's she responding to that?
Well, yeah, despite the criticism that these aren't real ministerial positions, Yvonne Fritz has the opportunity to prove that may not be the case. Affordable housing is a huge issue here, and she says it will be her focus. She says she's going over the recommendations made by the Affordable Housing Task Force. Those came out a few months ago. And also looking at ways to improve the subsidies for tenants. One thing she said before is that she wants to find ways to make sure the landlords aren't taking advantage of this. That if they know their tenants are getting subsidized, that they don't start jacking up the rent. So that's one of the things on her table. So yeah, if anybody's on the hot seat, it's her.
All right, thanks very much, Chris.